Welcome to your weekly airplane news update. We have 3 stories for you this week: multiple injuries caused by turbulence, an alert for possible runaway trim, an update to the story that we talked about a couple weeks ago on the plane crash involving 53 dogs. Let's get to it. The first story this week is turbulence. There were 2 encounters of severe turbulence this week, one near Hawaii and then the other one in the Gulf of Mexico. On the Hawaii flight, that was not good. 36 people were injured, 11 in serious conditions, and the aircraft encountered severe turbulence 30 minutes from landing, resulting in injuries ranging from cuts and bruises to the head, and then also loss of consciousness. That's a pretty big deal. The other flight was into Houston, encountered turbulence over the Gulf of Mexico, and then dropped 500 feet within seconds. On that flight, 2 passengers and 3 crew were taken to the hospital with injuries. And then unlike the Hawaiian flight, United said that there were no alert for turbulence in the area for that second flight. Your second story this week is an alert for the Garmin autopilot pitch trim issues. The FAA has posted an alert regarding the GFC 500 digital autopilot. The notice is only valid if you have the optional GSA 28 pitch trim system installed on the aircraft. The issue may result in an automatic trim runaway, which is not good as soon as you engage the autopilot for the first time. We'll put a link down in the description if you want to see the full alert from Garmin. And your third story this week is an update on the plane crash that was involving the rescued dogs. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. The NTSB released their preliminary report that says that the 1985 Fairchild Metro SA-227 was experiencing autopilot and aircraft control issues, while attempting to shoot an instrument approach. The crash occurred 3.2 miles short of the runway, and they were landing in the golf course. Upon intercepting the localizer, it looks like the command bars were indicating a right turn, so the pilots disengaged the autopilot, and then the aircraft started rolling to the right almost immediately. Both the flying pilots and the non-flying pilots got on the control and then increased engine power in order to try to regain control of the airplane, but it was too late. The airplane was wing level, but it still impacted the ground, and then almost nearly wings level, which is good for them. Luckily enough, none of the crew members or any humans, passengers or dogs were actually injured in the crash, and that's kind of the good news in this. But that's it. That's all I have for you this week. One more thing before we go from myself and the entire team at Pilot Institute. Happy holidays to you and your family. I hope that you have a fun and safe time, and hopefully you get to go in an airplane and avoid being in the snow. See you next week.
Perfect. Great.